story.
Peril. Okay. Usually I cut it off there.
Yeah, I love the new music. I love it.
It's something.
So,
It's Peril.
if you're ever writing or have writer's block, I have a remedy to try.
Yeah.
If you would like to know what that is,
Of
runes.
course, it
And
involves
this
rules.
is, well, hey, I'm not the one
Well,
with the last name.
tell,
I'm envious. Anyway,
tell
this right
us
here,
what
you see this? This right
is it,
here is the
is it
rune
candle.
for Asa or
Asa
Odin.
Udin.
Right.
I know
This
that
is
guy
the rune. Yeah, you know who Odin is, don't you? Can you see
personally,
it?
but barely. You carved it into the side of the red candle.
Here, let me see if I can get this
It-
a little
It's
bit
it's
light.
it's a line that goes like this, then down, and then there's another
It's
line
like
that
a
comes up,
stylized letter F on a Def Leppard album,
but
literally.
backwards. Unless your thing's mirrored.
Anyway, can you see it at all?
Yeah,
Here, trying to
barely.
get an angle
It's
on it.
good. It's good. We got it.
Anyway, if you take the letter F, just write the letter F, and you just, rather than doing the two lines straight across, boom, down at an angle. One a little bit
Yeah,
shorter than the other if you can't see that. So, yeah, I was
30-degree
just
angle.
sitting here thinking about that as I was getting ready to light this candle. So, it's good for it. Also rules over communications, written, read, or writ, or anything to do with
Yeah.
education, books,
Now,
writing.
now you can get a 20-pound sack of soy-based wax from Walmart, and that's what most candles are made out of these days. Soy-based wax,
Yeah,
soy wax, soy
beeswax
tallow.
is
Not
better, in my opinion.
no. Oh yeah,
But
you got time to you got money to throw away. Uh, you got money to
so
throw
I'm
away.
interested to know where can you get 20 pounds of
Walmart.
is it 20 pounds at Walmart?
Yeah,
Where do you have to order
I
through
think
the
it's either a 15 or
catalog?
20-pound sack. Uh, I know it's on their
That's
website,
true. I've never
and I
seen that
saw
in
it in
stock
stores available. I saw it
in
in
stores.
stores available, but
Oh,
I saw it in stores
this must be something
available
new.
on their
Cool. Well, I'll
website.
think about it. Let you know.
So yeah, well, at the very
Well,
least, you
yeah,
could
if it's
order
on
it
their
from.
website, that doesn't mean they carry it in the store, though. I have come
Yeah,
to discover this
yeah.
the hard way.
that
with
that it might
computers and
not
shop
be up
vac.
to date. Yeah, that
Anyway, I'll
the
check it out.
inventory system is not the most up to date or competent. Uh,
I
the
actually
cross
have some
register.
buckets of wax down in the garage from
Yes,
candles, and I would just clean them up and take the burnt wick out and save the wax
because you can
for a
reuse it.
future candle time. Yeah,
The well,
I save them like this jar right here. That this one's in. This originally, came from a Dollar Tree or Dollar General
yeah,
and had a candle in it. And they're
you,
thick glass, so they're
you can
fairly durable, and you can wash them out, use them for drinking glasses afterwards,
yeah.
even.
You can buy the good wick, like actual wick, in 30 feet uh, spools.
A roll,
Yeah, a roll.
really?
Well, it's a thread, so it's a
Oh,
spool.
I've never seen those.
You'd have to order it.
I
I think they're
buy.
$10 or $15 for a
Um,
spool, and you just tie them between two
cool.
things and dip them in the wax so they're thick enough, and then
Okay.
just I don't know, get an old toilet
Yeah.
paper tube and make a mold. I don't fucking care what you do.
Well, you just take a pen or a straight thing or whatever, and you
No,
take
no,
your
no,
tie a knot right up here,
yeah,
let it
and
come
then
down, and then just cut it and put that across your glass like
your
this,
cup, and then just pour
and then just
it.
have that.
Yeah, you want to stiffen.
Just pour. The
The
ones that I
wick
got
first.
are already in that little tin thing. You can buy a bag of them on Temu, where it's got a little metal thing at the bottom, and then this straight, like if that was a wick thing, straight up, and they come in. Yeah, that's what I've got. But to really do it
And you
fashioned,
can
cool ways to get a spool of it, and yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, cool.
the smoke coming off the candle is the burnt, like the expended waste material. The rest is just still solid,
That's what
like good
releases the
wax that
scent
you can
in the
use.
wax.
Uh,
Yeah, and that's where your
yeah,
scenting comes
you
in,
add
because you
scent.
put the essential
Now
oil in at the same time. You're
I'm gonna stop you right there. Be very careful with
okay.
essential oils because more than 80% of essential oils, when heated, become noxious gases. So if you're just using any old
Really?
essential oil, you can poison yourself doing that. You have to know the specific ones that can be
Oh
used.
my god.
And like
Oh
I said,
well.
more than 80% of essential oils, you know,
Where did you
just
hear
stick with
that?
your vanilla. Uh, there was a YouTube course that did candle making. There's one of those big candle making YouTube channels.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Well,
going
maybe that's
through
why
all
you
the
keep seeing the same ones. You know that that's probably accurate, because you see the same ones in the stores over and over and over again.
yeah
You can buy a few specialty ones here and there, but there's not really that much of a variety. And
of the essential oils. Now there
you
are
see your lavender
yeah.
and
Well, the
yeah,
lavenders and the vanillas, they're always popular, right? So
sandalwood,
sandalwood,
yeah,
they're the always
sandalwood,
popular scents.
patchouli.
Yeah, a patchouli, you and your patchouli.
I've always loved
Yeah, I
patchouli.
know you love your
I think my
patchouli.
mother loved patchouli. It's probably one of those things. Is my mom was just like a hippie. Yeah. Anyway, now on oils,
Patchouli became a
there's
popular scent with the hippies because it covered up weed decently.
how clever. Well, cool. I didn't buy it for that reason. I really enjoyed the
Yeah,
smell of
yeah,
it.
yeah. You keep telling
So,
people that.
and it did serve that purpose. Yeah, it helped.
You smell like patchouli and ass.
Hey, I am Generation X. Leave me the hell alone. Damn it. We
Yeah.
had fun. The 80s were the best time in the world to grow up. I'm so
Terrible hair,
grateful
though.
for all of it. Oh no, 80s were by far the best. And
Terrible hair. Terrible hair.
well, we didn't have surveillance on us 24/7. We didn't have these little track devices that called a phone. I would have never had a childhood at all if we had the technology then that they have now. I would have been never. I
Well,
was grounded for
yeah,
life the way it was on several occasions. I mean, I would have been a prisoner in my home. I pretty much was
yeah.
anyway, actually, when I think about it. But an unwilling participant in that. But anyway, generation
Sh-
right
sh-
before me though got to burn their bras on the public square and really be defiant.
well, in the
Oh,
wrong kinds of
generation
way.
like 10 years ahead of the. They were teenagers in the 50s, 60s,
Yeah,
60s, I guess. Yeah, 60s. Uh, is your mom Gen X?
she's old. That's all I know. No, she's about 15 years older than you are. I think. I had to do some math, and I'm not willing to do it right now. Uh,
Okay.
but
Not that it matters.
Renee is out there. She said hi to us.
Oh,
Apparently, you
hi
were trying to
Renee. How are
email
you?
me. Apparently, Renee was trying to email me or something. You were saying.
No, I just asked you if you got an email from Renee. Because
Okay,
I
no.
to read her story.
Yeah, no.
Renee's, yeah. So,
Renee
or
doesn't
unless
like
you
me that
didn't,
much. I'm sad.
no, I'm sure it's not that at all. We'll let her
uh,
comment
for,
before we go on.
for those of you that want to know, just my email address is this plus Gmail. So you
And
go
is it,
at
now
you
don't you
put an
have
at
something that you have to put
G.
CA?
No. It's just .com.
You don't have the CA
No. Google
dot
doesn't do
com
that.
dot CA?
Gmail
Oh,
doesn't do
they
that.
used to. Okay.
No, no.
Okay.
Hotmail
Well,
does
good.
that.
So it
Hotmail
will
does
get you with
that,
that.
and like MS Messenger might do that. Gmail doesn't do that.
Okay. Well, right
Okay. On Messenger. Yeah, you can send it to me.
technology is changing so fast, it's hard to keep up with
That changed 20
it.
years ago, Raven.
Well, I'm not the epitome of computer electronics knowledge, and I'm not hip on the latest. You know that.
20 years, Raven. 20 years.
Let's see here.
She's telling me message on Messenger. Ah, I'll check. What's Messenger is the Facebook thing, right? Let me put these dice back in their bag, and
Sent
then
her
I will.
story. So can you get to one of those right now and take a look at her story?
Oh wait, no, that's not Facebook.
I hope she continues to write it. No pressure or anything, Renee. No pressure there. Yes. Please go on with the
Okay.
story because
Oh yeah, okay.
I got to know some.
I see it right now. I see it right now there. Let's
Okay.
just open that up as another tab.
Ask her if she would mind me reading it on YouTube here. Would
Well,
you have a
well,
are you
well, she can hear
are
you
you
if she's
texting with
watching
her?
the video, right? No.
I know,
I already
but
have
there's
that.
a delay. I just thought maybe couldn't see your hands. Okay.
It's all right there. It's been there. Okay. No.
I'd love to read it. She's okay with that.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait until she says something in the chat. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Uh,
We're taking music
the
break. We won't go backstage if she does not want it. Red Pub.
uh, yes, yes. You can read it, Raven.
Good. Okay. Let me pull it up. I lost my black
Yeah.
reading glasses, and I'm just these are missing a arm here, and
Yeah. Nobody cares.
I feel like the name should be Marion the Librarian. Okay.
Marion the librarian.
No, I have to. It's just hard for me to call myself. Okay. To Facebook, because Facebook and Discord do not get along very well. Having them both open makes the other one slag and lag even worse.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Don't make me do all this. Oh, good. Good. No. Okay.
Yeah. Raven's gonna have some technical problems. So, I was
I'm
thinking of
getting it. Just
earlier,
hang
but
on
I
here.
don't remember what it was.
Takes my computer a little.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm trying to fill in the dead air, Raven. So mumbling doesn't help. Um, the
Well, I'm getting ready.
I froze
I'll
now.
get the Reedsy link.
It's all kinds of fun.
I could pull it up to read it.
Okay, pull her up. I was trying to fill
if
in
you
the
can
dead
still,
air. No, I was trying to
you can
fill in dead air.
still hear me. It's loading. It's taking forever to load because one lags the other bad. It's still
You
trying
should,
to load, so
what?
just hang on here a
Close
second.
Discord. We lost you. You're frozen.
Going around.
Okay.
Round,
Well, we wait for Raven
round.
to check up.
Not opening yet. It's taking forever to load.
Yeah, you were lagging out for that whole thing. I gotta start making notes for the things I think about talking about. Yeah, we gotta start being professional around here.
Do so. I do.
Yeah, sounds like work.
It's fine. There we go. Now I found the link here. Finally loaded. Okay. Now. I gotta get another pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Maybe I even lost a couple new glasses. Maybe I, by some luck, maybe I put them in.
So
sunglasses, but not my. Let me try these right here. Okay, now I gotta get glasses on so I can read this. I have misplaced or lost because I've been wearing them on top of my head. My good black reading glasses. Okay, now I'm got it. Okay. Wet my whistle. Okay. All right. Renee's story is entitled Watched. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning. You're familiar with that saying, aren't you, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Paul Sanders, the ship's captain, called out. Here, I answered. The captain handed me the tools I would need for the job. It was shortly after World War II that I found myself on a ship in the Channel Islands archipelago. I think if I'm saying that right, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 years after leaving the Navy, I desired some adventures in the Pacific. After only being on active duty for a few months, the war ended, so we saw no action. I hoped to get hired on a merchant marine ship. This was not that ship. For the merchant marine ships picked the older, more experienced men first. This ship was on the coast of California for one reason: seal hunting. At that time, the seals were plentiful in the Channel Islands, and there was fast money to be had. The plan was that after getting paid, I would move to Seattle and get work on a merchant marine ship hauling cargo to various ports in the Pacific. The ship docked close to an inlet with a flat rocky shore stretching until it huddled up. Excuse me. Hold on a second. I got to start over. Breathe. I don't know why I hold my breath when I read out loud, and then sometimes I'm out of breath and I mess up reading. Okay, sorry about that. The
Yeah.
ship docked close to an islet with a flat rocky shore stretching until it huddled up against a sheer rock cliff. The seal colony's soft barks, grunts, and hisses carried on the warm sea breeze over the island. Flying above and around the island were western gulls and other seabirds, making a racket as only they could. I took a deep breath and, taking the heavy club, I got to work. One thing not to do is to make eye contact. I'd learned that while hunting deer with my dad and brothers. One look into that doe's eyes and I wouldn't be able to pull the trigger. This hunt would be different. I will sneak up from behind. Looking for the first seal to strike, I sensed a presence, maybe a movement in my peripheral sight. Up on the cliff, the movement caught my eye, a silhouette of a figure from a mid morning sun from the east. A chill went up my spine. Only those horns for sure were there. The figure moved out of view within a second of its discovery. I was being watched, but by who or what? Throughout the day, there was a heavy, oppressive feeling, the feeling of being watched. My hunting was under the unrelenting judgment of the one watching, and that kept me glancing up at the cliff's edge, off and on, all day long. We had a midday meal on the ship, a much needed reprieve from the day's labor. I asked the man sitting next to me if there were any other animals other than the seals on that island. He told me he'd not seen anything, but had heard of goats inhabiting some of the islands. Was it a goat then? And I the only one to notice? Maybe someone had. My fellow hunters weren't all that talkative. Continuing on then with the hunting wouldn't be good, but was there any other choice for me? The work was done by 4 p.m. The ship was about to leave the island and return to the port it had left when the ship rocked. And then it rocked again. I had a good idea of what was causing the rocking and grabbed a pole and then ran to the side of the ship along with the others. The sperm whale was scratching its backside in the effort to remove the barnacles that attached there. I moved the pole back and forth, trying to get the whale to back off. The whale leaned into the pole and away from the ship, scraping off the barnacles. After a minute or two, the whale left the ship. Finally, the ship departed. The early evening sky glowed red. Looking towards the island and feeling a bit watched was gone. Are we good now? Red sky at night, Taylor, sailor delight. Sorry, I said that.
Mhm.
Red sky at night, sailor's delight.
Really
I'm
good.
sorry, I kind of flubbed that up.
No, 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 no. You're fine. This is like 90%, 99. Renee, there's only two things, two things I can see that you would need to edit. Um, in the last paragraph, uh, I have to go find it again.
Did I cut out at all? Was the connection
No, no,
strong?
the connection was great. The pull away from the ship, right? There's this section.
Mm-hmm.
There's a space after ship, but before the period, uh, which is like very small. And right at the beginning, the only like serious edit that I would say is when the guy that is our protagonist
Mm-hmm.
answers the captain, Paul answers the captain. He says here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is an answer, so you don't need to say I answered afterward.
Oh,
Otherwise, like it's like as far as I'm concerned, you could throw this into a collection of short stories
hmm I
tomorrow.
gotta know what happens though. I told her she has to write some more. I want to know what's up on the
Yeah.
hill watching him.
Definitely, definitely. These are interesting things.
And I thought that
Um,
was so cool about the whale. I loved that. That was a surprise,
yeah,
you know, and that's really neat to bring that into the story. I thought that was really cool. I like that.
definitely. Uh, the actual story is aces. That's
He's kind
why.
of the hero of the day there because
Yeah,
that whale could have flipped him easy enough.
could definitely
Did you think?
done something. Um,
Yes. I thought. Say hi. Hello.
yeah, but otherwise, it's like you know, it leaves enough like as a suspense, like as a short story, leaving like some interest and intrigue into the world. Like it's great. If you wanted to continue it, like Graven said, you could definitely like throw a little more after that. Um, I could definitely see the thing on the hill being, or the thing watching them being a haunting thing for the rest of his life for the next few years as he moves
Oh,
through.
it could be Sasquatch.
Water Sasquatch.
No, no,
You got a
that's Sasquatch.
forest Sasquatch, you got a snow Sasquatch, you got a water Sasquatch.
Sasquatch wants to know who the hell is slaughtering all of his seals on his little island there. He may not be too happy with them. I don't know.
Everything is Sasquatch.
Well,
There's a
Renee is a
moon
painter, if you did
Sasquatch.
not know. I don't think you knew that.
What?
Renee is a painter, and she did a painting. I remember seeing a picture of it because I've known Renee, for a long time from 1 2 Radio, and she's even been on the radio with me before.
Sweet.
Anyway, she did a really neat painting, and it has a Sasquatch in the
Yeah,
painting. There's some other things too, but if you have a picture of that still, Renee, if you wouldn't mind sharing, put it up in the chat room and let Justin see it. It's really cool
yeah,
because I think there's a UFO. Yes, there's a UFO in the sky, and there's just certain little elements in it, that have to do with paranormal, stuff like that.
should I create a room in the Discord for like art or whatever?
Yeah, sure,
I can do that right
sure.
now.
Why not? I'll uh, I'll,
Plus,
I'll put some pictures in there, some of my stuff too, and feel free to. If I send finger paints, would you promise to make a finger painting and then take a picture of it, and put it in there?
a
Because we need
finger
some
painting.
participation. Yeah, or something like that. Even maybe pastel crayons or. Do you have any art
Raven,
supplies?
I've got like $400 worth of paint just over there.
Okay, well then, good. Okay, good. I don't need to send you anything. Then, do you have any canvas,
No, but I can get some.
construction paper?
I
Construction
got some
paper
hardboard.
works. Uh,
Uh,
you know, or even a piece of wood.
yes, yes, that's what a
Yeah,
hardboard.
let's expand at least once a month. Let's expand the channel to have art day or something,
Yeah, I might,
sculpture day, or
I might move that category. But there's a thing in let's put it in general. Wait, no. I'll figure it out later.
you know what I would like? I would like to see pictures of books, of neat books that you might have in your collection. Things like that. I have an old Edgar Allan Poe book that I got. Oh my god, it's my phone. Just
Yeah,
get to the button. There we go. Sorry about that. Um, a really old Edgar Allan Poe book, and
you want to see my bookshelf? I have it organized by author. I can show it to you right now.
sure, yes. How cool.
Yeah, I can show it to you right now.
I'm back. Yeah.
There it is. It's right there.
Well, that's just a list.
Every single one of those has.
I thought you were going to show me a picture of a bookcase. No.
Getting to the point that my library is digital, Raven.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
That's
Okay, I
why
get it
that's
now.
why all those files had names on them
I
of the
should have known.
authors that wrote the books
He's a
in that.
millennial. I should have known. I walked right into that one. Yeah, I did. Okay.
Well, there's well over 4,000 books in that that
Well, that's
file. So
impressive. That's impressive. And you
I've
don't
read
have to
maybe
worry
12
about
of them.
them getting, eaten by moths or getting ruined by humidity or anything like that. That's
Yeah. Well, I have a
but
few, but very
if the
rare do I
grid goes
have to like
down and there's no
actual.
internet, what are you going to read? What are you going to read? You
Well,
got to have at least a couple solid books around because
I
believe
don't
me, if
I
the grid
don't
goes down, you're going to want them.
I don't need the internet to access those. They're locally on my hard drive. I just need power.
But you got to have
And
electricity.
I gotta have
What if you're
electricity.
without power for a week?
Yeah. This
And
is
you don't
this
have a
is a thing.
generator. So yeah,
This is a
I'm
thing.
just trying
Uh,
to convince you of the worth of books. Hey, if nothing else, even if your electricity doesn't go, and you need to use them
the,
to create a fire, keep yourself warm. I know it's a heinous thing to do to burn a book, but sometimes if you don't have
there
any
are
other
some books
kindling,
that deserve to be
have any other
burned.
kindling. If
Yeah.
you don't have anything to roll your cigarettes when you're in jail, they work real good for that too. Just saying.
He's going to be
It
ship.
works. Okay. You
Yeah.
smoked all of Leviticus. Yeah.
You smoked all of Leviticus. Yeah, I don't blame you there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I'll
Anyway,
I'll,
but
I'll never get over. Okay, so uh, you ever watch the movie The Book Thief? The Book
no, but it
Thief.
sounds oddly
It,
familiar.
it I think it was a book as well. It's about a girl living in Germany, and she steals a book and gives it to a Jewish guy hiding in a staircase or some shit like that. I don't remember. But
Oh, interesting.
yeah, okay. So the actress that played the girl in the movie was on like O'Brien or whatever,
Uh huh.
what one of those shows, right? And she's like,
Right.
they're talking about the movie. She's doing another movie called The Kid Detective at the time. But the book thief comes up and she says, "Yeah, I always like to think it was a book of poetry, a book of poetry that I gave the guy in the staircase."
Mm-hmm.
Uh, right? Because she steals it from a Nazi book burning, right? But the book burning, they
Oh,
they they uh, they reenacted for the movie, and they did this like nearly flawlessly. Is the famous one of the burning of the what was his name? Not Hirschberg. Uh, it doesn't matter. The really famous paint picture that they always show in like the history books and stuff was from a bookstore slash library uh, of how do I say this? Because YouTube is still a little sensitive about this subject. Uh, Identity challenged individuals research and
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the early Rainbow Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why the bookstore was burned is because the content of those books were illegal to possess. They're still illegal to
At
possess
the
in
time,
Germany
yeah.
today. No. Today, they're still
Mm.
illegal to possess in your country,
Still,
in my country, in any civilized country. You know, the people on the Epstein file list, they would love the contents of
right?
those books because they usually involved people under the age of 12
Got it.
in yeah.
Oh,
it pays very importance to know the history of
That's a
things, because if you don't, you start supporting things being ignorant of what they actually were. I'm just saying, once you know what the contents of those books were, reading Fahrenheit 451 has a whole different meaning for you.
never read that book, but I think I
It's a very
um
popular
that.
it's a very popular book. Yeah. Oh, his name is right there too. Radberry. Raid
Um,
Radberry.
yeah, it is. Isn't it that one dude who yes,
Oh,
huh?
you're breaking up, Raven.
The
Yes, I said Raid Radberry.
is it Michael Moore that
No,
wrote something
Raid
The
Radberry.
Fahrenheit? Who was
Raid
Ray
Raid
Bradbury?
Radberry. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Anyway, okay.
UFOs.
Anyway, right. So
Oh,
now let me see here. Catch up with the chat room here. He is going to be on the
yes. Oh,
merchant marine ships in future chapters. The thought of it haunting him off and on can be part of it, but there will be no revealing of what was on the cliff. Oh, you're gonna just
yeah.
make me crazy then, aren't you? Okay. Then she says, okay, okay. That
Raven. Renee.
painting
Renee.
is on my phone.
Renee. If you don't
There's not a
reveal
UFO, but
what,
a full moon. Okay, something happened in the sky. And lighting storm and Bigfoot, and that's what the person wanted in the painting. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
Bigfoot. Okay, so I mistook the UFO for a full moon. But yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Uh,
I'm sorry.
Renee not revealing what happens at the end specifically to annoy Raven gives you thumbs up in my book.
you're, you're a brat. You're such a brat.
Specifically. Specifically.
On
Oh.
that, I'm having a cigarette.
Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah, and pull your
We had
pen
a
and
lovely
paper out.
57-degree day today, and
Huh? You said we have a lovely 50
I said we had
second.
50 degrees today,
Oh.
and
Yeah, I guess.
I'm thinking about a whole. I was just looking at the window into the woods, and I just had a whole. See, I can't do that. I was going to write it. I've got a whole other idea for a story after sitting here looking outside today after the snow melted. And now I'm like, but I haven't finished this one, nor did I finish the very first one. The very first one was going to be more of a paranormal investigator, with her
Yeah.
stuff. And then kind of like the second part of that story, she's more of, got a destiny meeting this dude and kind
But
of going off of that something completely different. Plus, then I've not finished the one, so I've got all these unfinished stories. What the hell do I do?
that's they go into the idea
Do you have
pile.
that? Do you do that?
I have like 50 fucking ideas. I write out as much of them as I can, right? And then
And
I
then
look
just
at
put them
them
in a
later and
box.
I go, can these ones go together? Can they be the same thing? Yes or no? If
Oh,
yes,
yeah, yeah. That's
you know,
that's a good idea.
uh,
I just I have a tendency to get excited about something, and then I have
jot it
four or
down.
five different offshoots of that, and I don't get them done. They just I try to do a little bit in each one, and
Okay.
before something else comes along, and then I'm over here. You
So
know,
I'm
is
going
that a Gen X thing?
I'm going to give you, cuz I was working on that 5 block thing, right? And I had
Hmm.
ChatGPT clean up all my notes. And I'm going to give you that conversation. Cuz
Hmm.
I taught it what to do. I'm going to share that conversation with you, and I want you to read it out
Okay.
before we start writing.
Okay.
I just got to remember how to share a thing. There it is.
Right.
Link.
What shall
I'm gonna
Whitmore
quote. Yes, yes, you shall always be an alcoholic.
do? Now,
Okay, it's in
all right. Now, where
the
do I go
private
to get
the private
private
chat
chat?
here on
Okay.
Restream.
Uh, is okay.
I could
Got
probably
it.
open it up here. I just
That's okay. I can do it bigger. Let me take. Can I
yeah,
keep
yeah, yeah. But
Facebook
so
off? Yes, I can.
the
Okay, good. There. So,
no, so the audience can see what the frick you're reading.
I can
Uh,
bookmark this one here.
yeah,
And
no, because yeah, I guess you can bookmark it.
okay,
I'll send it to you in actual text later.
I'm going to bookmark
Shit.
Renee's right here so I can close this window so that hopefully it won't
Yeah,
take up so much memory that it'll cut me off. Okay, there we go.
yeah.
Now I can shut down that, and I can shut this right here. Okay, there. I got everything shut down. Okay, good. Now, um, now sign in to OpenAI with Google. I guess so.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Okay. I'm logging in here.
Oh. Or it's on the
Five
screen,
blocks.
maybe.
Messaging chat. Oh, what the hell?
Oh, no, it should have given you that link. I put it up on the screen if you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah. This part is not really needed. It's
Okay.
the
It's what am I supposed to do here? I don't want to do that.
tech support with Raven.
Well, damn it, it's making me read all this shit. I've never seen this shit before. It says, "Hey, Chat GPT, describe me based on our chats." No, not now. No,
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 no.
no, no.
That see, I hate that shit. It distracts me.
Yeah.
Okay. Software engineering agent answers questions, runs code in draft.
No.
I don't need that. Now I got
Can you?
another screen. What can I help you with?
Yeah. Can you make it out on the restream?
I don't know. Let me look. Let me flip over.
It's the first story.
This might be a little small print. Can I? Can this be enlarged?
Can you
That's
still see it
better.
all?
Yeah, yeah, I can. I can
Okay.
read that.
Now this is like very rough because it's AI and it's stupid. Um.
You better talk nice about AI because it's going to run your life in less than 2 years.
Yeah. Probably.
That's what the projections are. So be nice to it because apparently it responds to our attitude towards it. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
what about that chatbot room? It's an AI chatbots just
I'm the one
are.
that told you about it.
Well, Nathan was talking about it. I didn't remember that. I didn't realize that that's what you were telling me about.
Yeah.
Oh, how weird. Okay, now
Okay.
anyway, anyway, yeah. So
Don't
that's
worry
like
about it right now.
that's not weird or anything, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Anyway,
Yeah.
the 5 block story development worksheet. This is
Yeah.
what you want me to read out loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. Use this sheet to develop a complete story from first disturbance to final resolutions. Fill in as much or as little as needed, but every chapter should contain scenes that are active and consequential.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I wrote down here. Block one.
Yes.
Excuse me. Arrival, disturbance, commitment. Purpose. Introduce the protagonists, their normal world, and the problem that will not leave them alone. By the end of this block, the protagonist must be committed to the story whether or not they want. I read that wrong. My brain does that. I don't know why. Damn it. It
Yeah.
like reads
You're
ahead and
skipping.
then rewords things sometimes. It's so
Yeah.
annoying. Anyway, I hate reading out
It's
loud.
a rushing thing,
And now I'm reading,
whether you want to be or not.
flubbing up in front of all of YouTube here. I can't even read out loud here.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, by the end of this block, the protagonist must be committed to the story, whether they want to be or not. Okay, I didn't fuck it up that bad,
Mhm.
did I? Okay, anyway.
No,
Chapters
no,
one
you
through
just moved to 4.
chapters 1 through 4. Core questions for block one. Who is the protagonist before the story begins? What disruption breaks their routine or exposes a problem? Why can't they simply ignore it? What decision locks them into the path ahead? Oh,
Yeah.
this is useful. This is I can see why you're
Yes.
going to meet. Yeah, this could be very, very useful. I like this. Okay, chapter one, the normal world. I would know a thing about that. I don't know shit about
Yes, but
but
it's the
this is
normal
what I gotta
world
read.
relative.
Okay, the first
Raven. Stop for a minute. It's the normal world relative to your protagonist. So if your
okay.
protagonist
Well, my
is a
protagonist is a lot like me,
kooky
so I mean,
spellcaster, yeah, is a kooky herbalist in the woods, then you write what their normal their life is, but you do it quickly, right? You don't linger on it because that
okay.
gets boring. Lingering is boring.
Lingering
Unless
is boring.
unless it's
Lingering is to be avoided at all costs. Lingering is the enemy.
yes.
Make note of that.
Well, unless you're lingering in the purpose of the genre, which those
No, this
scenes
is
I'm
good
not
to
going to be writing anymore.
make sure that we're not near. Because oh shit, ooh, just about
Yes. Okay.
nearly broke my
Oh,
arm.
chapter 1, the normal world,
Okay,
plus
um,
first decision, uh,
yeah, because you know what I'll
uh,
do is I tend to do
disruption.
that. Really get too detail oriented on a specific that maybe at least I used to. Um, that was when we had writing class and stuff
Yeah.
in school. I really loved that class too. I wrote some plays that
Yeah.
were so fucked up. I wrote a play about the uh, the faces on Mount Rushmore and titled the play "Only the Best Get Stoned."
Now that could be a double entendre,
True
right?
story.
Could it
Yes,
I'm getting
yes. I
getting
still have
stoned,
it.
or
Yeah, and it was all about
getting stoned?
the faces of all the presidents are talking in amongst themselves, just commenting on the world at large, kind of thing. And yeah, that's the title. Only the best get stoned.
It
You
sounds
know,
like it would be a really good short.
yeah, it was. It was
So, if you're writing a book of short stories, you could rewrite that to be one of them.
that's not a bad idea.
Try to
Yeah, it is.
get it under 1,000 words or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or
Make it be funny and make
what
it
was
up
it
to date,
that
so that they're
was?
commenting on things that are going on in the news and in our world right now, updated
Yeah.
from
Or
1982, I
well,
think is
would
like
they
that.
know about that, right? Would they know about the news in the world right now? They would know about fat people visiting them at the tourist trap.
I think there is some of that type of stuff content with that. I got to get it out. I'll get it out. I know right where it's at. I know the folder
Yeah,
it's in. It's right over there in that pile. um,
yeah.
anyway, so lingering. We were talking about
So
lingering and not
yeah, yeah,
to linger
try to avoid it.
on details that
Yeah,
are not really going to be relevant to the story later on, right?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
So you might have like one or two lines here or there,
Hmm.
maybe like the odd sentence, but try to keep it to a sentence and not a
And
paragraph
not, yeah.
of like, you know,
Yes. I
do you want a beer is something you put into a thing if you're having a conversation, or maybe like another night of drinking alone i-
Yeah, you can skip fast forward.
is
Don't you wish real life was like that?
yeah.
Isn't that funny? How we can just like,
Well, that
okay, this is gonna suck.
that
Let's hit the fast forward button. Oh my god, I
yeah,
just have a casual
you do not include going to the bathroom unless something interesting is
happen
going to
in the
happen.
bathroom, right? But I
You,
mean, wouldn't it be
you
cool
do
to,
you do not you do not include going to bed unless there's a hot chick there.
or a vampire?
you know. or-
Sorry, my mind just goes there. I'm
Well, yeah. Well, where do you think where my mind went? Right, like that's what
yeah.
I'm saying is like, you,
Are
very
millennials this
rarely do you
degenerate?
do that.
I'm not sure. I think probably they are though.
What?
Millennials, or all you millennials have a propensity for being
We grew up with 24/7 access to hardcore pornography.
yeah, it's true.
So
We
like,
didn't have that. We did steal my dad's Playboy once. We felt
yeah, but
so
you probably just
bad.
read the article.
Oh God, we were gonna burn in hell, but we did it anyway. We
You probably just read the article.
okay. I have a confession. The one and only time ever took a library book. It was our eighth grade year, and
The one and only time Raven walked into a library.
no, no, no. I used to live at the library, hon. Just the opposite. The
It's
library.
just the way you phrased
Oh
that.
no, 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 no.
It's just the
The
way you
one and only
phrased
time I never returned a book to the library. Well, we didn't
it.
actually.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I have to be honest. We didn't actually check it out. It just
yeah.
accidentally kind of wound up in a, you know,
Well,
backpack. It
whatever.
was the joy of
You're
sex.
lingering. The joy of sex. Hey, didn't Arnold steal that book from
I always thought, it was
in
so
Happy
bad.
Days?
And it's
Not
like
Happy Days.
nothing compared to
Wonder
hardcore
Years.
porn or some of this other stuff. But we thought we were just
Yeah.
the absolute height of delinquents for having done so. But we were Catholic girls. We didn't know about this shit and we needed to know. We needed to know a thing or two. We were behind. The public schools were all,
Yeah,
we were also full
Ravens
class
really.
virgins. So, I mean, it was like we'd never been
Yeah.
exposed to that, didn't know what it was. I mean, life was so much more innocent back then, and
Raven is stealing her life events from the Wonder Years.
no, what I just told you a true story. It was me and my best friend Anne.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that happened in an episode of the Wonder
Oh, it
Years.
did?
Yeah, yeah.
I never watched that.
Arnold. Was it Arnold? I
But
think it was Arnold. His
we didn't have
friend
the internet
saved up.
though. I mean, that's the whole point here. The whole point is we didn't have the
Yeah,
internet access to things like that. So
yes.
we had to resort to being delinquents and stealing books out of libraries.
Which was more moral. Um, eh, he and his friends saved up like all their money so they could buy this book,
Uh-huh.
and then they bought it, and then he shoved it in his like sock drawer, and his mom found it,
Uh-oh.
and she was so embarrassed because she thought he found her copy.
Oh
Oh,
God. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, anyway, so
okay. So
all right, where did we leave off
let's get
here?
back to this.
The normal world plus verse disruption. Okay, main function
Yeah.
of
So
chapter. Um, scene
okay, I've got to
ideas
go up
use at
here.
least 2 to 3, up to 5 if needed. Number one
Yeah.
question to ask is, what changes because of this scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Number two, ask yourself, what new information is revealed? Number three, what pressure is introduced?
Yeah.
Number four, who is involved and why does it matter?
Yeah.
Number five, what expectation is set for the reader?
Yes. So
So
basically,
those
these
are all the
questions,
things to consider.
these
Depending
questions
on the
pretty
style
much
of the story, you're not going to use every one of them, but
you should
that's a
try to
good.
try to have multiple of them whenever you can. And like you might do one long scene for a chapter, or you could put multiple scenes in a chapter, right? If you're having multiple viewpoints, which you might want to do, that means like you have your protagonist and some secondary character, or maybe you do a scene from your villain's point of view or whatever, just so like your reader doesn't get confused or whatever. Um, uh, you would use basically those same questions to
Mm-hmm.
note what that scene is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to write
So
these down after the
chapter
show, by the
two.
way.
I'll send you. I'll send this to you as a PDF or whatever.
Yes, yes.
I need to
And Renee, I'll
make
forward
it into
that to
one.
you. Yeah, or
I'll
anybody.
put it on the Discord. I'll
Yeah,
put
that
it on
would
the
be
Discord.
great. Put it there. And if there's
Yeah.
anybody that watches this in the future that would like one, where should they contact you? Just
Well, if it's on the Discord, you'll
well,
take it.
this is on YouTube, so just put it in the comments below, and you'll get a notification that there's a comment on a video, and you could get it that way. Correct?
Oh, well, the link to the Discord is on the description.
What if they don't have Discord though? Like I didn't have Discord, and I don't find Discord user friendly.
Sign up to Discord.
Well, they're not going to want to maybe go to all that trouble. So is there?
Yeah. Well,
just put it in the comments. And I can
we'll find a we'll find a place for it.
Forward it to me,
Don't
and I'll
worry.
take care of it. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I know customer service.
Chapter-
That's something you millennials know absolutely very little, if nothing at all, about. You do not know.
I know customer service.
Customer service is
The customer can go somewhere else.
no. It is. It is hard to get a human being when you need customer service. And I'm sorry, but these stupid bots cannot usually take care of the problem. At least the ones I've had that have needed customer service care.
No.
And I guess I've been on both sides of this. Okay, I used to be in customer service for almost 10 years, 9.5. It made me an alcoholic, but that's beside the point. The customer service is, they put up with a lot of abuse. There are people that would call up, cuss me out because they didn't get their stupid package, or UPS lost their package, and I would be the one getting screamed at. They take a lot of abuse, and I think that's partially why they've got so many robots doing customer service instead of real life people. But of course, being on the opposite,
it's also
you want
very
a live
expensive.
person because these stupid bots can't do the complicated customer service shit. So,
well, I tell you, how long ago were you in customer service?
I left in 93.
Okay, that's when customer service actually did service the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly.
Yes, we did. Absolutely.
Around the 2000s, they started going into runaround modes, right? So instead of actually resolving problems, they just became people that would run you around until you would get fed up and hang up.
I know.
And the bots are better than that.
That is absolutely so. I've had that done to me. I never did it to anybody, but I've had it.
It's scripted. Raven. Now they're not taught how to resolve things. They're given a script.
Well, they're not given the authority to.
Yeah, well,
they have to put you on hold and get a hold of their supervisor. And if it's very complicated, their supervisor called their supervisor. Bullshit, in other words. Yeah. And so do get a human being on the phone for customer service. I always thank them graciously because I do appreciate them. I appreciate talking to a human being who can fix my stuff or whatever's wrong. I often get the cable company is pretty good. I can usually get a human being after 2 or 3 different AI bots.
Yeah.
Persistency pays off. And so they're always very nice.
Okay.
Anyway.
Let's get back to the task ahead.
Let's get back to this. Okay, where are we at? We're at, how did we get on that anyway? Oh,
Uh,
Chapter 2.
chapter two.
Okay, we are at exposure to the problem. Main function of chapter.
Yes.
Can
Oh,
I
sorry.
scroll this or you get
I
here?
have to scroll it
You have to
because you
scroll
couldn't
it.
figure
Okay.
out how to find it on.
Gotcha. Okay. Scene ideas.
Okay, it's basically the same.
How
Like there are difference, but
how does the problem grow or become clear? What resistance or doubt appears? What stakes are hinted at? What relationship is tested
yeah,
or formed? That's a good question. What question
yeah.
is left unanswered? Chapter
Chapter
3,
three,
pressure
and
builds.
I I might note that these scene idea pitches can be mixed and matched with any chapter at any time, regardless of how they fit. They're just ideas that
Okay.
are parsed out.
All right.
Uh,
Chapter 3 is all about building pressure, pressure builds. Main
yeah,
function of the
yeah.
chapter, scene
Let's see what it
ideas,
is.
what's going wrong,
What goes
what
wrong?
choice makes things worse, what consequence
Yeah,
surprise the protagonist, who pushes back against them, what cannot be
yeah,
undone now.
yeah. So like if you, your client, like if it's one of your stories, right? And you have a client and that client gets killed, well, that can't be undone, right?
Hmm.
You want to have things that always it's always important that you don't deus ex machina over things going wrong, right? You know there's a Latin saying of like fi- fixed from the gods or whatever it means.
Hmm.
Um,
You know,
you want like you know things happen and they have to be addressed, not negated. You know what I mean?
yeah. And
Yeah. So
you know what else these questions would be really good for?
what
Creating a spread or a layout for tarot or rune cards.
if you're going that way with it,
Seriously, would
yeah,
be some good questions in all of them, not just those right these last ones, but all of them collectively.
yeah,
Uh, would be a great way to create a spread of cards to do a reading for somebody because it has all of the
mhm,
elements of a situation, of a story, of a uh, snapshot of somebody's life. Um,
yeah.
those are the questions that instead of just
Well,
past, present, future, or near
yeah.
future, the generalities. These would be really cool. Anyway, I'll shut up now.
Yeah.
All right.
What was that? We just finished chapter 3 here.
Yeah. So chapter
4.
4. Okay. Commitment point. Main function of chapter. Some scene
Yeah.
ideas would be what forces commitment, what is lost or
Yeah.
risked, what plan or direction is chosen, what door closes behind them, what promise is made to the reader.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, like you always want to continuously add promises to the reader. You need a full promise up front, right? This this here is like the end of chapter block 1, right? Chapter
Hmm.
4, because the way I set this up. Um, and you need to have like, okay, this story is going to be about needs to be delivered as soon as
Oh,
possible,
okay. Okay, good. We don't have
but
to
then
send
you
them a
need to like
chocolate
make
bar or give them a coupon for a free
no. So
promises
you
made.
need to like
I promise you
the prompt.
will laugh, or I promise you will
Yes,
be mad, or
yeah. Well, like yes, you need to make those
promise
promises
not to
as
leave
well.
them
That's
hanging at the end of the story because that pisses me
yes,
off.
basically. Well, that too, and it's also like the main promise. Like by this point, you need to establish the promises you're going to be facing off against, like I don't know, a necromancer or the the pirate on the high seas or this a space barbarian, whatever your promise is. You need to
Promise to reach a
establish it.
conclusion so they're not left hanging.
Yeah.
That's no
Well,
problem. That's no
even if there's a greater
Don't
story,
know what's
even
gonna
if
happen
there's
in
a
between
greater
then, but
story,
I'll wrap it up at the end and not leave you hanging, bro.
yeah, yeah, that is the definite promise. But like the first promise you need to make right there in that first two or three paragraphs is like the genre, right? Is this the like an urban fantasy, like I was telling you, you should write with the kind of character you want to create,
Mm-hmm.
or a science fiction, or like Renee's thing that you read earlier for us.
Yeah,
That's a nautical suspense paranormal story,
right.
right? Like there's some sort of genre specific title for that. I don't know, but you know,
So, what did you think
definitely.
about what was watching from the hill? What in your imagination showed up when you read that? When you heard me read that, whatever.
Um,
Do you remember
I didn't really see anything, but I know that there's like something paranormal out there, right?
something that's paranormal
Um,
and that has consciousness? So, did you think of it more of like
yeah,
an animal, like a cryptid type thing,
it could be
maybe,
anything from
or a
a
human that's
phenomenon
weird?
to Cthulhu. It could be anything in between, you
Uh huh.
know. But something weird is going to happen, even if it's only in the character's psyche, right? Only if they're like seeing things in the corner of their eye that isn't actually there. That's still like a very fertile ground that you can
Right,
play with.
right, right. Yeah, true.
But that is promised. It is promised that there's going to be some sort of thing happening
Mm-hmm.
in that section that she wrote. So if she continues that story on, which I hope you do, Renee,
I do
it
too.
sounds really good.
I do too.
Um,
I had like a humanoid uh, emanation. It wasn't
by the way,
necessarily a Sasquatch at first, but uh, the first time I read it times while I sat here and had my coffee Sunday morning. It was just all three times I had just the like a silhouette, like a shadow person of it had a head, it had shoulders, arms, and legs, but no features past that point. You know, so it could go either way, human or
mhm,
Sasquatch or something. You but it was definitely
yeah,
a humanoid form. Still, I thought, I wonder if it's one of those mountain rams or a mountain of some sort. Is that what you saw?
yeah.
Something like
What?
that
No,
towards
no, no.
that?
I didn't see anything like that.
Did you think it was
So,
an animal?
so for those of you out there, no, no, I didn't give it that much
Hmm.
detail. For those of you that are watching, I've thrown some writing notes I had into a program and had the chatbot organize them for me. That's what we're going through here right now. Um,
You want me to read this
because
also?
I've Oh, we can stop here because that was like okay. So this is like a 5 block method.
Hmm.
It breaks down a full story into 5 blocks,
Yeah,
and
we
we
should
just
probably
finished
just focus on a
what would
block
be block one
a
at a
session. Yeah.
time. Yeah, yeah. I guess if you remind me, we can do block two Friday.
Uh, mhm.
I guess
Yeah.
because we haven't done any writing this episode yet, and we should have
Yes.
done
Yes.
that 20 minutes ago. Uh, but yeah,
Okay. Cool. So we can get that in a list,
a
and then
PDF.
you're going to
Oh,
email it.
oh,
You're going to put it on Discord, right?
Discord, but I'll send it to you directly as well. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so
And you have Renee's information to send it to her also,
yeah, I can do that. I can do that on both of
because
those
I may not
things.
see it
Yeah.
for a while. Because sometimes I go for long blocks with not being at my computer. If you're right there,
Mhm.
then just won't have to wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
I should have it done in a little bit after the show. Uh,
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
okay, okay. Yeah, but the total of that is like you should be able to get that whole book in 17 chapters.
Okay.
Yeah, and the scene ideas are optional. Just do the ones that work the
Why did
best.
17? Is that just the industry standard, or is there a reason
No,
why
no,
it's
no. It's
17?
it's so that's for like a novella or a very short novel. It should construct depending on the word length you do for a chapter. There's no industry standard for anything. But if you're doing like modern, um, like full long 90,000 word novels, which tends to be typical, which that will not get you anywhere near that. That would give you something like 40 chapters.
Mm.
But for a novella,
Well,
like this book here is probably a novella. Maybe it pushes a short novel. See how thick it is. Um,
mm-hmm.
that's probably around the uh, 39 or 35 to 40-ish thousand words. That book that I just held up. Um,
Look at that.
but like the chapters are a relative container. They're not like scenes are the things you build a story with. Chapters are not. They're relative to subject matter. But that framework, if you follow it to the T, will get you that. But you don't have to. Like you can just, I'm good cutting this. I want to add another one in here. I think these scenes should be separated into two chapters instead of one. You know, then obviously you would do that.
This brings up a question. How how do you
Take a
feel
minute. You're
about
breaking up. Okay, you're breaking up.
have they or uh okay, we're back
Raven,
now?
restate that whole. Yeah, you're back
Okay.
now.
All right. All right. It's about the involvement of AI when it comes to the topic of writing and how much has to be
Yeah.
disclosed if you have used, say, an AI editor. Are you supposed to put that in your notes at the front of your book or
Um,
get penalized? How are they? There are
on the
some
publishing.
laws. Yeah.
Okay.
If you use AI at all, aren't you supposed to like disclose art made with AI art or something? Somebody was talking about that. They were from the music
Yeah.
industry, so that you have to disclose that or something. There's starting to be parameters and laws put in place for the use and the extent of your use with AI. Because if you had AI write your story, aren't you supposed to disclose that?
Yes, you
Instead,
are. Um,
but a lot of people don't, right?
they don't. Uh, like generally, you're not legally required to actually say this story was written by AI. I am trying to figure out where I put my. Uh,
Or maybe it would be a good idea just to put that in the beginning of the book under and do it from a completely different, more positive angle, and just say no
yes.
parts of this book were authored, created, or had artwork done by AI, and just put
Um.
that on a page by itself, right there. I
Yes.
think that
Well,
would be a
at the
good
beginning,
thing to do.
remember the thing we were joking about where I said um we were talking about the legalese and it said stick it or
Mhm.
whatever I had put down and you were laughing about that.
Yeah, you
Yeah, yeah.
did.
You would put it there on that. Um,
I think that because of the way that AI is going, and because I know a lot of people in my generation really have a repulsory. reaction to any part of a book being all AI. We want
Yes.
real authors, real people, authenticity all the way. I think it deserves, and that way it really calls your attention to the fact. I think that that is a good marketing idea to think
Yeah,
about
it
doing,
would.
because there are some people they don't want to support with their money in any way the continuation of AI into these things that should be considered for artists, writers.
Yes.
Stay the hell out, other than maybe editing and helping with spelling and stuff like that.
Okay, so I've
But
just gone. I've just gone into. Yes, I agree with like if it's baseline editing, like because there's different types of editing.
yeah,
If you're doing like
just editing.
punctuation
No
or whatever. So
punctuation, yeah. Spelling, yeah.
yeah,
Sentence structure, sure. But
yeah.
not
Like
writing the
like
story for you and
I
then you
use
putting your
it.
name on it and putting it out.
I use it a lot because you know me when like if you've seen anything I've written in chat or not, I don't put punctuation worth anything. Um,
Hmm.
so what I'll do is I'll take something I've written and I'll drop it in there and I'll say rewrite this verbatim, right? So verbatim means the exact same, but correct the punctuation, and it will put in all the right punctuation.
I
And
just,
that's
I
usually
just
the
had a funny thought. I bet, okay, if there's a civilization ending event, okay,
yeah.
and they all that's left from a future generation to discover of our time is something that you wrote, how long it's going to take to decipher it? I mean, because you're not using any punctuation, no capitalization, none of that shit. And I wonder if that's happened in history before. That we were handed, maybe that's why it took them so long to decipher the hieroglyphics or something like
Yeah.
that in ancient
Well,
civilization. Because if you
okay,
let's,
so
it's possible.
let me stop you there for a second. So you know the Romans, right? The Romans,
Yeah.
they would take like anything the Greeks had, they would take and make it better. That's
Yes.
the innovation of the Romans. So the Romans, they got a hold of the Greek language and they added the first
Not
punctuation.
exact
They did
here.
originally. Raven, let me stop you. Originally, yes, that's how they started, and their first innovation was to add the very first punctuation that the Greek language had. Do you know what it was?
Really? What?
Do you take a guess what it
Question mark?
was?
Question mark?
No, no.
Exclamation point?
One more guess.
A
No.
period? A comma?
The very first the the period is the first modern explanation point or
Oh,
whatever.
what's left? What's left?
The
How about bracket? Bracket?
the ver-
Parentheses?
no, no.
Okay, what?
They added space between words
Oh, well, that's very useful. Really? They
because
did
the
not.
Greeks just had one fucking continuous string of letters, and you had to figure out where one word ended and the next one started because they didn't
Oh
even
my
have
god, I didn't
capitals and
know
lower
that.
cases. Yeah,
Really? Wow.
the
Oh my god, that's
fucking
that's really
space.
cool. Huh. All right.
Imagine
Well,
having to read something
kudos
that doesn't even have
to the
spaces in it.
Romans
Yeah.
then
Okay.
for
So
that.
here on the screen,
Well, then,
here on the screen right now, you're seeing is when you decide to create a new project in Amazon KDP, right? Kindle Direct Publishing.
mhm,
You see up here, you see up here, this little black thing. When you create a
mhm.
KDP site, it'll look like this instead of the Amazon logo next to it. It'll look like
Mm,
this. Um,
okay.
so we're going to go over here and we're going to see if it'll let me create a paperback. I have to go over to the thing. We're gonna create a paperback. Let's see how far I can get in without actually having a
Okay.
menu.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Okay, so you select your language, English.
So you get to
You
Amazon. What
create a
does that say up
title.
there?
This
What website
up
are we
where?
at? Amazon.
This is
It's where.
Kindle
It's what?
Direct Publishing. Kindle.
Kindle Direct Publishing. Okay. 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 Cool. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Now this is if you want to create a book to go on Amazon. This is it. Right. So you
Gotcha.
create your title. I'll just put a couple of these down. Subtitle if you have one. If it's a part of a series, you would add that. If it's a like a second edition or whatever, you'd put it in there. So if you have like written this book before, not you'd have your author's name go in here, right? Here, that's my last name.
There, I blew this up
Suffix.
on the screen so I can't see the chat right now. Okay, now I can
Yeah.
read this a lot easier. Okay, 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 cool.
Uh,
All right. Um, what's the um, okay? All
sorry.
right, description, contributors. So, what are contributors?
So if we wrote a book together and it was
Okay,
being published,
co-wrote,
I could
right?
put like see it says author here, or I could like
Uh-huh.
name an editor if it was like heavily edited or ghost written or whatever, or a translator. I could do any of that kind of stuff, right? Uh,
Okay,
yeah,
let's
and
see.
you can put a whole bunch of them down. So basically, if we were to do if I was to say, okay, what I want from you, Raven, is a short story, and
Mm-hmm.
then I say that to Renee as well, and maybe you give it to me freely or I pay you for it, right? I could put myself
You
down
pay for
here.
it?
People buy short stories all the time,
Okay.
um, right? But say I were to get like a collection of short stories, a whole bunch of them by different authors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I could put myself down here as it being like my project, and then I would list off like all the authors that
Oh
contributed.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay.
why you'd need that. Then you
Right.
you write in the description of a collection of short story books,
Right.
or you know,
From the following authors. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Cool.
um,
I've never seen this before. Okay.
yeah. And then
Right.
do I own the copyright? Yes. Uh,
Now, do you have to actually get your story copyrighted, or you just
uh,
claim ownership by saying that?
once you've written once Renee finished writing that story she shared with us, it
Uh-huh.
was copywritten. Now
So there's just like an umbrella
it just automatically
copyright,
happens.
but there's nothing in writing.
There's no like
What if somebody took that story and then tried to copy it and publish it? God forbid. But what would she do? What legal? Um,
okay, so obviously we've stated out here on YouTube, so she'd have this
the
here as
video of this
evidence.
episode. Okay.
But how well that would stand up in court is a different matter. That's why the Library of Congress or whatever in your country exists for you to
Mm.
register your book with them, and there is like a small registration fee, but obviously that's just an opening chapter, Renee. Don't worry about it.
But that
Uh,
would be okay. So if you're really seriously going to take something and publish it on Amazon and print paperbacks, it would really behoove you to do that, though, wouldn't it?
it
So that
would,
nobody can take
but
your story.
I wouldn't worry about it until you're starting to make money.
Well, how do you know? You don't know. Your first book could be a hit. Your first short story
Yeah,
could really
well,
be a hit.
obviously, if it's been out there and it's a hit, that means people are paying you for it. You would
Right.
immediately go and register it right away.
Because does it cost anything?
That's why you wouldn't worry about it right away, because it's
Okay, so like
it's
how
like
much does it cost to do that
I don't know how much it is in the US.
in the US?
I
So what
think it's something like 40 or $50 or something like that, but you don't want to be doing that every time you write something
okay.
unless you've
Well,
got a
just
revenue stream.
hypothetically speaking, that's
Yeah.
all. I just trying to, for informational purposes here, kind
Yeah.
of create a
I'm,
scenario.
I'm just saying that don't worry about it for now, because like unless people are making money off of your work, you know,
Well, you don't know who's going to view this in the future. And
yes.
there may
Well,
be
that's
somebody
why I'm
they know
saying, because
they're
there's a
sitting
lot of
on.
fear mongering on it. And just
Yeah.
the only thing I will tell you is make sure you're actually talking to the legitimate sources. Don't just go and Google whatever and assume that they're legitimate,
Hmm.
because there are a lot of
So
scams in that field. That is
how
the
how
field
does
you
it work?
you, you really want to. really want to
Yeah.
worry about scams for, because there's a lot of scams in the "we'll publish it for you," "we'll register it for you"
Okay.
fields.
Point duly
Um,
noted.
yeah.
How does it work when you want to quote? Say, I want to quote in my book something that Carl Jung said. Uh, so,
Uh,
and I've got a paragraph of something that was taken from a book that he wrote, and I want to include that in my story. What? How do you
you'd
do
have to look that up. You'd have to look that up. I've not
that? Okay.
looked into how to quote somebody. I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of like clearly defining it as a quote and attributing it.
That's why they have copyright lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I just wondered.
and also, if
Well,
the thing you're quoting is in the public domain already, you don't have to worry about it.
I'm thinking also of Renee's
And I'm pretty
story.
sure everything Jung wrote.
Red skies at night.
Yeah.
Taylor or Sailor take fright. Um, the Fix is the group in the '80s that had that song. Red skies at
Okay.
night. Oh, oh. Okay. Anyway, so that's since that's
Yeah.
out there, public domain. Um, does
That
she have
that
anything to worry
uh
about?
that that line there, you might at the most need to attribute it, but I don't think it's long enough to so you just put that in
Just see
quotes and then say
who the
by
original person was that coined that phrase because I
well
just heard
it
that
was it
before.
was sung by a band. So yeah.
Well, beside before that though,
I
this
don't
was
even think
something
that
that
was
they used back in the 1800s. It's a saying that's been around for a very long time. I guess you would call that a meme, right?
in
Um,
that case it's a colloquial saying, and then you wouldn't need to
it's a
attribute it.
maritime thing. So
Yeah.
um, there is a
Yeah.
website, Renee, uh, where you can type in the quote.
It's public
If you
domain.
can't find it on Google easily, let me know and I'll dig it up. I've got it
Yeah.
somewhere in my bookmarks where you can look that stuff up.
Yeah.
Um, if it's known, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough questions. Okay.
I don't think we're going to do a writing block today, people.
Well,
We're
this is
gonna,
interesting stuff, and it's all about how, when you're writing a book, these are things you have to think
yeah.
about. So I'm glad you brought this to the table. Well done.
Okay. So if your book contains sexually explicit content, you would say yes. That would make it automatically 18 plus. If it's no, you can just say no, right? Like the no is there in case you accidentally clicked it. If there's a recommended age range for your story, you would put a minimum and a maximum. This can be beneficial if you know the demographics of your book are like 50-year-old women. So you put like, I don't know, minimum 30 or something like that. Oh well, it's 18 plus. But if you're writing for like 12-year-olds, right? Like you don't think people under the age of 12 should be reading your book, and then like 18 plus, you could do that. Um, there you go. Shut this off. Are you still there, Raven?
No, I'm right here. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I don't know. I thought I heard you chuckling. Um, uh, Primary market. I wouldn't shift this, but you could like these are the markets that they're in.
Hmm.
Um, so you see, like down here at the bottom is Canada and Australia. The reason why they're down here at the bottom is because if you left it on UK, it wouldn't, or .com, which is the US, it wouldn't matter. Where if you're doing like specifically British English, right? So you're using the British spelling of things, you might
Hmm.
do dot co dot uk,
Oh, cool.
or but like those are the four English ones, right? But everything else is like if you're writing in Dutch, I think this is Dutch, or French
So if you're writing in English
yeah.
primarily, but you have lots of French phrases in it.
No, if it's primarily English, you would just leave it as English. It's just weird
Okay.
phrases. You would just leave it if all the prose and dialogue are in English, you leave it as one of the English markets.
Okay.
Uh, for the most part, just leave it as .com.
Hmm.
I never change it because all it's doing is telling Amazon where to pay you, how to adjust your payment rates.
Oh,
So yeah, but
okay.
you would if you're writing a book in French, you would switch it over to the French market, right?
Right. Okay.
Because it's also marketing to the French clientele. Then you would
What if you
sl-
want it translated into French? Is there a
you would have
separate
to
category
you
for that?
you would have to translate the book and upload it as the French edition.
They
That's
won't do
why
that for you. Is there a service that does that for you if you don't know how to do it well?
uh yes, but once again, where the money comes in because getting a book translated decently can be upwards of $4,000 to $5,000.
So, is there a mark though at some point if you make because I've heard speakers who have gotten their books published talk about it's now available in French and Spanish. Is there a threshold that is meant, like a number of copies that have sold that your publisher, if you have one,
Yeah, well, this is
automatically does that for
self-publishing.
you?
This is self-publishing, so you'd have to do it yourself, and that would solely depend on like how much resources you want to put into it,
Or if
right?
your
So
book got really
it,
popular, can you hire after the fact?
yes, you can just add that stuff later. Like
Go from self-publishing to a publisher,
yes,
manage it, like that.
publishers. If your book is popular, publishers will come in and sniff around. But the question you've got to ask yourself is, do you want to take less money for having someone else manage stuff you've already done?
Yeah, because I don't want to have to go to the mailbox, every day or
Whoa,
every other
whoa,
day
whoa,
carry
whoa,
all these
whoa,
books. I mean, you
Raven,
have to carry
Raven,
inventory and do shipping. I did
no,
eBay for a while. It got to be a real pain in the ass. I'm telling you.
Raven, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about if you went from self-publishing to an
Okay,
editor. If you're self-publishing, then your garage is going to be full of copies of your books, and
if
you're going to
if
have another pile of mailers and a
if you're
mail
stupid,
machine.
we're talking about Amazon here. You put your manuscript up
Where's the
there,
paperback come from? If you're
they print
self-published,
it, and they send it to the person that purchased it. Then at the end of the month, they send you a check for all the. Well, they don't send; they direct deposit the money
whatever's
from all
left
the
over.
copies you sold.
Okay.
The only
So
time you would ever
they get
see a
their cut
copy,
right off the top, though,
yeah,
basically.
they get their cut right off
So
the
you're
top.
still well. The other way to do that, if you're truly going to self-publish, would be to place an order in for
Yes,
500 books and then put them in your garage, and then as you sell them off your website or whatever, you'd be doing that by hand. That's where my thought was.
yeah,
If you're totally self-sufficient,
you can do that if you want a slightly higher margin. But then, like you said, you have to sit there with the mailers and the copies in your
shipping
garage.
labels and all that stuff, and it can be done. I mean, it's
People do it,
yeah,
but don't
it's
unless you've
easier
got
to
money
have.
coming in to hire some kid from the local high school to do that shit for you.
Yeah, because it could if your book really takes off, that would be a
Yeah.
lot of work.
Now, what you can do
But
is if you're going to a show, like if Nathan does his show next year and you go and you've written a book, you could order like 15 copies from Amazon at cost. That means they charge you the printing costs and the cost to send it to you instead of the whole their cut and your cut. Um,
hmm,
and you can take those with you and sell them at full cover price minus 15% or whatever
right,
and make much more money. But no, you don't.
idea.
We're talking print on demand here. KDP is print
Okay.
on demand or ebooks. You don't get 500 copies from them unless you're going to a show and you know you're going to sell 500 copies.
Right.
Now
Sounds good.
there are companies out there that will do that, and you'll get a higher quality product from them. But unless you've already got the money coming in to do that, we're on the print on demand level of self publishing here.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
which
You can get
ninety
a small
percent,
business loan,
we're
put it
not
in
doing
there.
that. We're not
But
doing that. We're
well, some of
we're
you are, somebody out there might have the means to do that.
yes, but
You've got some money that they can start building up something on the side while they're still got
yeah.
another.
So then you go into your category selection. You select like what categories it is. It's like so for you, it's an LGBT, uh, uh,
No,
science fiction, fantasy, fantasy. It's about your it's about
do
your
not take him seriously.
it,
Stop.
it's about your male Sasquatch on male Sasquatch loving. It's so this is low content and hard to read check boxes. Low content is if you're like publishing a journal. You can get into like designing journals and putting
Hmm.
them on here, or coloring books. If you want to
Oh,
design a coloring book, you can put it on
yeah,
here, or a notebook.
that's an interesting thought.
Planner, you know what a planner is? A day planner.
Mhm.
You can
Yes,
design
yes, I
them.
know what a planner is. For fuck's sake,
You
do
can
you know what a
design them
planner is?
and put them up here. Raven's never had a planner in her life. Um,
Right.
if the font on your book is above 16 points, right, which
Mhm.
is really large, you click this box, so it's for the hard to see it, and then you'd write in like keywords, homoerotic, Sasquatch love. I don't know what the hell. Some other keyword to do with spellbound Sasquatch love. I don't know. You figure out the keywords. These are important. This is how Amazon knows to show the right people, right, your book.
Mhm.
So you know when you're like you just ordered a TV, you just bought a TV, and now you're getting nothing but ads for TVs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because somewhere out there, an automated system has filled out one of these boxes for you, saying you want a TV. That's basically what these do. So when someone's on Amazon looking for books, are things that are related to subcategories through magic algorithms that are like related to genres. So if you're on Amazon and you're looking up paranormal books a lot, and the person has filled out this section here for people that like paranormal books the right way, this is the part I have trouble with myself. I have to learn about this myself. Um, they'll get your book in the recommendation lists.
I want night vision binoculars, man.
Well, they're expensive.
I know. I know. I need to. You need to start a GoFundMe for me.
Okay. Uh, save these changes. Oh, I didn't fill something out. What did I fill out? Oh, I never saved this earlier when I closed it. Save. Okay. Oh, what didn't I get this time? Oh, description, make description. I'm not actually making this book, right? Oh, description isn't long enough. Okay, whatever. There's another section here. Uh, save draft. Can I continue now? Okay, it won't let me continue without writing a whole description. So I'm not gonna continue. Oh, wait, can I just look at the other section? Stupid, stupid thing. I'll stop sharing. There is another section for your actual uploading your manuscript and your cover image,
Mm-hmm.
which I wanted to get to, but I'm not going to fucking write a description right now. I'm getting too frustrated with it, and you seem bored. Mostly.
Just trying to. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Um, but there's a thing where it tells you, because we got onto that because you asked about the AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a section in there where it tells you, did you use AI to generate any artwork? And you have to tell them what ones you did. Did you use AI to generate substantial chunks of text?
Aha, there's where the key is. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, so if
Okay.
you used it for light editing or like checking something, they don't give a shit. If you used it to write sections like paragraphs of your work, they want to know about that. Um, yeah, we can put the chat back up here because we wasted a whole bunch of time. We did not actually get any writing done today. I don't think we should just shove one for the last 20 minutes of the show. Sorry if
I
you
don't
were
know what
out
the
there
time
and
is.
you wanted to do a writing block, but uh,
Very rarely have we not had. I think it's the first time we haven't had a writing block. Isn't it?
since the beginning of the year, yeah,
Yeah, I
we
think
should
it's the first
avoid
one.
not doing that though. We should
Right.
avoid not doing that though.
I
Are
agree.
doing
I
that.
agree. But this was very interesting because it's all a facet of this whole point. The
Yeah,
whole point of doing this writing,
yeah.
and
But
that's
note,
those
Raven, it's.
prompts are really good. We need to
I'll send you the rest of that. Um,
those copy stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and that's generic. It's generic. It's not specified to a genre, but most genres should fit. Like there are things you want to include for specific genres. Um, like if you're writing a murder mystery that doesn't have a murder in it, you've done fucked something up. You know,
There's no murder. Yeah. You think that's funny?
you know. Generally, like there are required tropes for genres. Then there are a bunch of like tropes you can pick and choose from, right?
Well, according to my
And
clock, we
then
could do a writing block, couldn't we?
yeah, but it would be like we would write for the last 20 minutes of the show and then just cut off.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this.
Yeah. We should probably do that. I thought it was later than that. I finally had to get the magnifying glass out so I could see the clock on my computer. I got to find my
Yeah,
glasses, guys. I got to find my glasses. Anyway, yeah, let's do one.
Raven, definitely save your pennies up for a desktop
Yeah,
and a separate, you know,
I need a bigger
and not a
screen,
laptop.
dude.
Well, you
I
said you
know.
had that TV, right? You had that
I have
TV in
that
the.
TV. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
when I
if you
try to hook
save
up
up.
the HDMI cord, I don't have a remote for it. And so I'm trying to press these buttons. I can't find the connection. There's a HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and then there's these channels on the TV, but we'll
Yeah,
do tech later. Let's real
yeah.
quick.
Okay, we'll say.
Just do, what, 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah, let me get over to the tool. Uh, uh, 15, okay. Da, 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 da. Share screen. You can keep writing if you want to. We're also at the eight
No need
o'clock
to.
mark. Uh,
Okay.
have a good.
All right. Thanks, Renee.
Yeah,
She
I
said she's going to be ready this evening.
yes,
And have a good night and see you on Friday. Yes, same
yes,
to you.
yes.
I have to go to. I got to help a friend move at
Move.
7.
Okay, so well, it's 7 now. I
Yeah.
will end the show then. Party on, everyone.
Well, party on and
Okay.
happy writing. Thank you for joining us.